Hello everyone, warm welcome to Testbook Super Coaching. My name is Madhav Sir. I welcome you all in a very important session in our series that is Basics of Finance. Negotiable instrument is one of the important topic of finance, and whenever we talk about the financial instruments, basically the definition, the understanding or the introduction of financial instrument starts from the same, that is negotiable instrument. Now the question of discussion is, what do you mean by the term negotiable instrument? How it is defined? What are the different types of negotiable instrument? First of all, we'll start with the discussion, and my discussion is, what is a negotiable instrument? How we define a term that is negotiable instrument? Any idea? Anyone? Remember that. So whenever we use this word negotiable instrument basically means an instrument which can be used as substitution of cash, or an instrument which holds the written value. So an instrument which holds the written value, for example, if you have a negotiable instrument of 10 lakh rupees, that means its value is 10 lakh. It can be used at place of 10 lakh rupees wherever it is required. Second, so negotiable instrument is transferable in nature. That means you can transfer the instrument from one individual to another, from one firm to another, from one company to another. It is a legal instrument. That means if anything goes wrong, you can approach to the judicial system in order to target it. Last but not the least is, it is in written form. So whenever, if someone asks you what is a negotiable instrument, sir, negotiable instrument is an instrument. Negotiable instrument is a financial instrument, or it's an instrument which can be used as a substitute of cash, or it holds the value which is written on it. It holds the same value which is written on it. Second is, this instrument is in written form. Third, this instrument is legal in nature. And the fourth one, it is transferable in nature. Let's try to discuss the points related to negotiable instrument. So remember that negotiable instrument is basically a contract. It is basically a contract which specifies the payment of money, specifying the payment to a specific person, or maybe to a bearer. So basically, as I said earlier, negotiable instrument, it can be defined in this manner. Sir, it's a contract. It's a contract which identifies amount, or which includes amount to be paid, and it includes to whom the amount is going to be paid, due to which this can be used as a substitute of cash, or the value of this instrument is equivalent to the written value on it. It is equivalent to the written value on it. The next point is, whenever we talk about the negotiable instrument, it is transferable in nature, it is legal in nature, it is written in nature. Along with that, negotiable instrument may come up, not always, may come up, or in general, it comes up with a validity. In general, it comes up with a validity, not 100%, but in general. In most of the cases, it comes up with a validity that this instrument is valid up to this much period. It is valid up to this much period. That is very important to understand. As you can read, negotiable instruments are the documents which promise the payment to be paid in the near future. They are transferable. When payment is prefixed, pre-written, final holder can receive the funds whenever required. So all the discussions which I have mentioned over here. Now, whenever we talk about negotiable instrument, we classify the negotiable instruments into three different categories, or broadly I would say into two categories. The first category is known as promissory note. The first category is known as promissory note, and the second one is known as bill of exchange. And second one is known as bill of exchange. Now, what is the difference? Sir, promissory note is defined under Section 4 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, and bill of exchange is defined under Section 5 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Now, what is the difference? As the name suggests, promissory note. Let's take an example. So, there is an individual A. And A has purchased goods from a company, let's say X Limited. Now, at the time of making the payment, A replied to the company that, sorry company, I don't have the required funds. I will be making the payment in the near future. Company said it's fine. It's okay with us, but at least give us a document in written form so that we can trust you and we can target you in the near future. So the individual will write down, I promise to pay. Let's say you have purchased the product of 10 lakh rupees and you are promising to pay after 6 months. Then obviously you will be paying interest on it. You will be paying a higher amount. So I promise to pay 11 lakh rupees, for example, 11 lakh rupees after 6 months to X. Now, first of all, it will be signed by A, and then A will present it to X, and X will sign the instrument, and once it is signed by both the parties, this instrument is now completed. So what is a promissory note? So promissory note is a type of negotiable instrument in which two parties are involved. First one, the party which is making the instrument is known as maker or drawer, or the party which makes the promise. Second is the party which is going to receive the funds, the one who is going to be the receiver of the funds. So once both the parties sign an instrument, that instrument is termed as what? It will be termed as promissory note. Got it, guys? Moving on to the next point. Now the next point is, what is bill of exchange? In case of bill of exchange, with the same example, sir, A has purchased certain goods from X, and at the time of making the payment, A said, sorry X, I don't have the funds. Shall I give you promissory note? X replied, no, we don't trust you. We cannot accept. Promissory note. Then what could be the solution? A said, no worries. One of my close friend, C, is your friend as well, and I'm pretty sure that you are going to trust C. X replied, yes. Now in this particular case, A will make an instrument, but A will not promise, rather A will say, I order C to pay 11 lakh rupees to X. First of all, who is going to sign? The maker, that is A. Then A will pass on this instrument to C. If C is ready to pay on the behalf of A, C will be signing it, and later on it will be signed by X, and now this instrument is completed. So what is a bill of exchange? A bill of exchange is an instrument in which we have three parties. First one, who is making the instrument, we call it as maker, or the one who is drawing the instrument, that is drawer. Second is the payee, who is going to receive the funds, and third is the mediator, who is going to pay on the behalf of drawer, is known as what? The one who is going to pay on the behalf of drawer is known as drawing. Obviously, C is going to pay on the behalf of A, which means C is closer to A. If C is closer to A, the name of C will be on the same lines as that of A, and if we say A or we call A as drawer, C will be termed as drawing. So these are the two important instruments under negotiable instrument. Got it? Let's read about them. The first one, we call it as promissory note. The first one, as I said, we call it as promissory note. So what is a promissory note? So it's a type of negotiable instrument. It's a type of negotiable instrument on which two parties are involved. First thing, two parties are involved. First thing. Second is the one who is making the instrument. The one who is making the instrument. The one who is making the instrument is responsible. The one who is making the instrument is responsible to make the payment in the near future. Is responsible to make the payment in the near future. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? Now, there is a term written. There is a term written on the screen. There is a term written on the screen that is specified future date or on demand. What does it mean? Sir, I'll come to that point, Suchita. You need to wait for some time. I'll come to check as well. So whenever we talk about promissory note, so promissory note can be of two types. First is on demand. That means I promise to pay on demand. Whenever you will be demanding, I will be making the payment. And second could be on specific date, that I will be making the payment after 1 month. You should not demand the funds before 1 month. So in these two formats, this type of instrument is issued, and that is known as promissory note. Second, as I have taken the example, I have explained it. Second one we have, that is bill of exchange. So in case of bill of exchange, three parties are involved. If I take an example, let's suppose ठीक है, Anil Ambani is in news these days because of his son's wedding. So Anil Ambani made a call to Ratan Tata, and said Ratan Tata that sir, I need 1,000 Tata Nexons so that I can gift to my employees. Just an example. Ratan Tata sent 1,000 Nexons, and once it has been received, Anil Ambani called back and replied, "Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir." But the question is, Ratan Tata said, "I have given you cars. I'm not giving you the cars just against thank you. I need the funds. I need the funds as well." If I need the funds as well, then in that particular case, Anil Ambani, same name, na? Mukesh Ambani, chalo, whatever the case is, I think I have taken a wrong name. Mukesh Ambani. So Mukesh Ambani said that, "Sir, I am busy with my son's wedding, and because we are spending a lot on my son's wedding, so we are not in a position to make the funds today. Let's make the payment after a month. Let's make a payment after a month." Ratan Tata said, "Sorry, sir, I don't trust you. I don't trust you." Then in that particular case, Mukesh Ambani, he reached to whom he should go. Ratan Tata we have, okay. He went to Elon Musk. So he went to Elon Musk and he said that, "Sir, I have ordered 1,000 Nexons from Ratan Tata, but I'm not in a position to pay back the funds today. I will be making the payments after 6 months. But Ratan Tata do not trust me. Do you trust me?" Elon Musk said, "Yes, I trust you. Don't worry." So what Mukesh Ambani will do? So Mukesh Ambani will write a note where he say, "I order Elon Musk to pay the payment after 6 months to Ratan Tata." And this document will be sent to Elon Musk. He will sign it. It will obviously be signed by Mukesh Ambani, and then it will be signed by Ratan Tata. Once it is signed by all three of them, it becomes what? Sir, it becomes bill of exchange. Why I have given you this story? To explain you one thing. Who is making the instrument? Who is writing the instrument? Sir, the instrument is written by Mukesh Ambani. The one who writes the instrument, the one who makes the instrument is maker, and maker is termed as drawer. Maker is termed as drawer. Second, so who is going to pay? So Elon Musk is going to pay. The one who is going to pay on the behalf of drawer is known as drawee. So who is going to be the receiver? So Ratan Tata is going to be the receiver. So payee is going to be Ratan Tata. Will you remember now? Will you remember with the help of this example? So this is how we define the term bill of exchange. Now, after bill of exchange, under section 6 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, we define the term that is check. We define the term that is check. Now, what is a check? Very easy to understand. Please pay attention. So, check is a type of, I'm not saying in literal terms, I'm just saying in order to explain you. Check is basically a type of bill of exchange where drawee is always a bank. It's not true in literal sense, but it is true in order to understand. How come? Sir, in this case, three parties are involved. One is the one who makes the check, who writes the check. Second is the one who is going to receive the check. And third is the one that is bank itself. So when three parties are involved and the third party is responsible to pay on the behalf of the first, that is basically termed as bill of exchange. But in this case, bank is paying on the behalf of their customer from the customer's account. If the customer do not possess the funds, then bank will not pay from their own pocket, unlike in case of bill of exchange. In case of bill of exchange, Elon Musk is supposed to pay. I don't care whether Mukesh Ambani is paying back him or not, but in this case, bank will only pay if the funds are available in the account. So what is the difference? In this case, drawee is not a guarantor. Drawee is a middleman who pays on the behalf or who pays from the account of the drawer. But if there are no funds, then don't worry. Drawee will stand strong with you and drawee will give you the documents with the help of which you can challenge the drawer. But bank will not go to the court. Bank will not itself challenge the customer. It's not bank's headache. It's your headache. You are a receiver. If you are a receiver, you will be going to the judiciary, but yes, bank will give you the legal instruments, the required documents which declare the bank has been defaulted, and check has been defaulted. If check is defaulted, you can challenge the account holder in front of judiciary. Is it clear? Okay. Now, whenever we talk about check, we need to understand one point very carefully. I don't know how many of you have seen check, but I'll try to help all of you to understand all the nitty-gritties on a check so that you can understand it in a pretty good manner. The first thing is, whenever you see a check, on the check you find bank's name. Not only bank's name, you find the address of the branch in which you have your account. Along with that, you have the IFS code on the check itself. I hope I'm correct. So we can say that bank name. What is bank name? So bank name basically means we are talking about drawee. It's basically drawee. Done. Now the second point is term will be written, that is pay, and in front of pay there will be a blank, and then in the bracket we have bearer or order. Either both the terms are written, but generally one term is written out of the two, but I'm explaining it, that is why I've written both the terms. Here we have the space for date, that is DD by. Then we have amount in words. Remember that as per Negotiable Instrument Act, amount in words is legal. That means it is legal in front of judiciary. It's a legal amount. Amount in words do not hold any legality in front of judiciary. That means if 5,000 is written in words and 50,000 is written in numbers, then we will follow the words, will not follow the numbers. The next point will be account number is pre-printed. Account number of whom? Sir, account number of the drawer. account number of account holder, drawer who is going to make this check, Then here you will have a space where drawer will sign. So I'll say here drawer signature, and below this you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is check number. So we have first 6 digits which represents the check number, and then we have 9 to 15. We have 9 to 15 digits. We call them as what? We call them as magnetic ink character. Magnetic ink character, which are used to recognize the originality of the check. So these are 9 digits. And later on we have 6 digits which represents the account. 6 digits which represents the account. Then in the end we have code. This is a 2-digit code which represents the type of account. For example, if it is savings account, code will be different, 293031. These are the codes which help us to identify the type of check. Got it? This is how the check looks like, and this is known as magnetic ink character reader. These 9 digits, they help to identify the originality of the check. This is the check number. Then we have 6-digit uniqueness of the check which are related to the account number, and last is type of account. So this is related to account number. Got it? Now, if we tick on bearer, this means check is a bearer check. Whosoever is holding the check is the owner of the check. And if we cross on bearer, then it becomes automatically order check, which means the name which is written on the check, is the one who represents the check, the one who is the owner of the check. And if it is an order check and you go to the bank to get cash or to receive funds against this particular check, then your official government ID is required to give a proof that yes, I am the one to whom this check belongs to and I want this check in my hand. Got it? Now, if you want that only cash payment should be done, check should be paid in your account, then in that case you draw 2 parallel lines on the left top corner of the check. This becomes account pay check, which means no cash will be paid, amount will be credited into the pay's account. So here we write the pay name of the receiver, then we write the amount in words, amount in figure, and we sign in order to complete the check. Clear, guys? This is how the check looks like, but we say check is a type of bill of exchange. That is partially correct, partially wrong. Check is an instrument which also possesses 3 parties like bill of exchange, but the third party is always going to be a bank. So if drawee is a bank, in that particular case it can be termed as check, and these are the nitty-gritties of the check. I hope you must have liked it. Clear, guys? Is it clear? So if you want to know how check is declared as dishonor, how check bounce, if you want to understand check dishonoring and bouncing wala part, then today at 9 PM I will be taking up a session on Testbook application. We call it as masterclass, which will be available, and in the masterclass I will be discussing in much detail the topic that is check, but in that particular check topic I will be focusing majorly on what? I will be majorly focusing on dishonoring of check, bouncing of check. If payment is not paid against the check, what rest is going to happen. So I hope basics of promissory note, bill of exchange and check is clear. If you want to check more detail related to the checks, do join with me today at 9 PM in the masterclass on testbook.com. Thank you so much. Good luck. God bless you all. Bye bye, guys.